Hello and welcome back to Daily Glow. I'm Caitlin. This is a future husband reading, and today we are going to be looking at what is your love story with your future husband. So I have three piles for you to choose from today. If you're already connecting with a pile, just go ahead and find the description in the description box, the timestamps. You can jump right to your reading. But I will introduce the piles real quick. Pile one, you have the Red Hood card from the story Red Riding Hood. And I do have some other cards under here, which I will reveal when we get into your reading, okay? And you have the beautiful flower agate, which is associated with divine feminine energy. It's very soothing, protective, and promotes courage and joy, okay? That's your pile. Pile two. Your card is Midnight Clock from the story Cinderella. And there's some other cards under here which we will reveal in your reading. Okay. And guys, all of these cards I did choose intuitively. I didn't like choose them on purpose to make a story. Like I chose them intuitively for each pile with the help of my guides. And pile two, your stone is the pale pink calcite, which is associated with new love. That's especially important for those of you who are looking to move on from past connections and you're interested in attracting new love into your life, okay? Peace, compassion for yourself and others, and activating and healing the heart chakra, okay? That's pile two. Pile three, your card is White as Snow from the Snow White story. And there's other cards under there, which we will reveal in your reading. And your crystal is the beautiful green Prehnite crystal, which is associated with dreaming, intuition, precognition, and clearing heavy emotions like grief, anger, or exhaustion. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and see you in your reading. I don't edit out the in-between parts between my readings. I literally just go from one to the next. So I'm going to go ahead and move these. I don't do any editing. So I think that's kind of fun. It makes this extremely authentic and literally whatever happens. It's just easier for me to get these readings out to you this way, and I kind of enjoy it the way that it is. How am I going to do this? Okay. All right. And also, I want to say I've already cleared and cleansed this space plenty. Plenty. All right. Pile one. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Red Riding Hood card and the beautiful flower agate, this is your reading. Welcome to your reading. Flower agate promotes courage, spontaneity, joy, helps with stress, worry. It carries divine feminine energy and it's said to be protective. Okay. And I'm going to set this right here. Okay. And okay, let's start with revealing your cards. You also have the red crowned crane, so we're going to talk about that. And we're going to get into these cards in a moment, okay? Now, I didn't choose these cards. These are the cards that came out when I was shuffling for your pile, okay? Let's talk about Red Riding Hood. So the Red Riding Hood story is a coming-of-age story. The red cloak represents when girls would hit puberty, they would start covering their hair. This is in Europe and European tradition. So only young girls would leave their hair uncovered. When a girl transitioned to womanhood, she would cover her hair. And so the red color also specifically indicates that transition from girlhood to womanhood, okay? And it's a cautionary tale about the dangers that existed for adolescent girls then as now. Okay. So that's the Red Riding Hood story. It's also a story about taming your own desires and impulses and hmm, integrating your inner wolf, as it were. So your wolf represents your desires and your appetite for life. Okay. And then the grandmother represents the community and tradition and doing what is right, right? Like being protective of oneself and also like your whole life path. Like I'm going to think about today what will protect me 50 years from now. So these are the themes of the Red Riding Hood story, okay? These themes will play into your love story. The red-crowned crane is associated with loyalty because these cranes, um, they do these beautiful, intricate mating dances, but not only when they're bonding, but even a bonded pair will continue to do these mating dances with each other throughout their lifetimes, and they continue to stay very close. They will live long lives. So the crane is associated with loyalty, steadfastness, loyal monogamous love, and longevity. Okay, so that's beautiful. So we can extrapolate from this that you will have a long-lasting, loyal, committed marriage in which the courtship and the romance and the joy will never die. So that's really beautiful. And your cards that I pulled for your future husband are lawyer. Actually, lawyer came out first. Lawyer and captain. And so your future spouse may look something like this. And they could literally be a lawyer, or they could literally be some sort of captain, or these words on the card may sort of like represent this sort of ways that they are. So somebody who's very interested in justice, in the law, in protecting people, or advising, in leadership, decision making, and yeah, something like that. Okay, so we're gonna dig into more of all of this. First, I want to go ahead and take a quick pause here and do an energy check-in. Actually, I'm gonna use a different deck for the energy check-in. Yes, okay. I'm gonna do an energy check-in pile one. We're gonna check into your energy real quick, and this will also help us to determine. This will help you to to know if this reading is for you. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. You've been waiting for some communication or for some news, pile one. Yes, exactly. You've been waiting for a communication or a message which hasn't come yet, but you're expecting it presently. You may also be anticipating you may possibly be anticipating an apology. Ooh, but you're anticipating that this is going to be a wish fulfillment. I love that. You are expecting that your dream is going to come true. Some dream, some wish of yours. You believe that it will come true. You're just ready. You're poised and ready to receive. You are ready to receive the truth, which you feel that you have waited for a long time. You also feel that help has finally come in for you. Not something you're waiting for. You've waited for help and it is here. So if that resonates with you now, then this is your pile. You waited a very long time for help, and some sort of help is now here, and it may come in the form of truth or clarity. Wow, that really resonated, I guess. Okay. Yes, because something in the past. Mm, in the past, you were very anxious about something that was keeping you up at night. You may have been in love, or you may have been dealing with someone you may have thought that you were in love, but you were dealing with someone very immature in the past. And because this person lacked maturity, you found yourself having to carry the weight of a lot of things by yourself. You were very stressed, you weren't sleeping well. Some of you may have children. You had to handle everything yourself, and you may have possible, well, you made some changes in your life, definitely. It's possible you may have moved. Six of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. Let's see, Two of Wands. Yes, I think you have, in the recent past, you moved or you're planning to move. But in some sense, you made some sort of move in your life. You have a lot of strength. You've become very strong and stable, but you also felt in a lot of ways that you were really restricted by expectations that were placed on you, potentially your spiritual or religious beliefs, or it could be something else, but it's something like that. It's like it's traditions, religious beliefs, or expectations that were placed on you, but you accepted them. Yeah, so you felt restricted. You really grew as a person. You made the changes that you knew how to make. And then some sort of truth or clarity came in, and this was very welcome for you because you were very tired at that point and you felt that you'd been trying to stay strong for a long time. Now you are in a very, very hopeful energy, and you are anticipating hearing more good news soon, and you're hoping that this will lead to your wish fulfillment. What are you wishing for, pile one? What are you wishing for? Uh, what are you wishing for? Oh, yes, you are wishing for your future husband, and you are hoping for a life in which you can have fun and passion, but that you can also have help, that you will never be feeling all alone and by yourself again. You are hoping for a second chance. You're hoping to be understood. You are hoping that someone or something, some situation, some act of God will break you out of the confines of the way that the way that you have accepted restrictions on your life, like the way that you have allowed other people's expectations to sort of dictate your life. And you're hoping that you can have joy and fun and pleasure and passion in a way that will allow you to feel very stable and secure. Yeah, that's what you're hoping for. Yeah, you've not found your person and you're hoping to find your person. And this time you don't want to lose anything of yourself, because that's what it was in the past. You felt that you surrendered to the expectations of your community, and in so doing, you lost yourself. This time, you hope that anything else that is not in alignment will be stripped away, that it will leave only you and your authentic energy, which would be supported in your dream relationship. That's what you're hoping for, and it is what you are expecting, and you're expecting it to happen soon. Okay. So if that resonates, let's see. Here. Okay. Okay, let's see. What is magic about you? First of all, what is magic about you, pile one? Also, sorry about the lighting. Hmm. Mm. Embrace oneness with the universe. You are very spiritual. You may be intuitive. Even through terrible things that have happened to you, people have really hurt you and people have really taken advantage of you. And you haven't allowed it to harden you. You've maintained your innocent spirit. You're not angry at the world and you're not angry at God. You are tuned into the love of the universe, the love of God. So that is your magic power. Anything else? Thinking. Yes, you are open-hearted and loving. That's so beautiful. It's possible that sometimes you have been blind, not blind, you've chosen to turn a blind eye on purpose to certain things because you are so accepting of others. You had to learn to be more accepting of yourself and to protect the space around you first and foremost. But you're just not a judgmental or angry person. You're just not. And that is why you are a beautiful magnet for love. That's your magic power. You truly have such a beautiful heart. You are a magnet for love, and your future spouse is coming towards you. Wow. Okay. So now let's take a look at who is your future husband. Mm, okay. Tell us about pile one's future husband. Thank you. The adventurer. Your future husband is adventurous. He's also very responsible. It's interesting because we saw you as a very responsible person who has a keen awareness of the expectations of your family, your community, tradition, perhaps religion, whatever expectations you find placed on you externally. You're very aware of the expectations on you. Your future husband is the same in this way. He has a very poetic soul and he loves learning. This is someone who will be very romantic and open-hearted with you. This person also may be a gifted writer. This person may have Gemini placements. I'm also getting Sagittarius and Virgo and Libra. Yeah. And we have the captain again. That's confirmation. Yes, this person is definitely a leader. There's someone who naturally will take command of a situation if it's called for. This person is also really good at working with other people. This person is humble and always feels that there's more to learn. This person is not a know-it-all. They don't think that they know everything. That's really nice. Um, okay, tell me more about Pile One's future spouse. Thank you. This person may have liked you for a long time. You may meet this person when you start a new job. Yes, this person has liked you for a long time. This person has been trying to find out as much information about you as possible. Now, you may not have met this person yet. I'm tapping into your love story. So if I speak in the present tense or I'm making it sound like it's happening recently or now or something, it's because I'm in the time frame of when your love story is unfolding. So this may be happening now or it may not have happened yet, okay? But when you start a new job or career, that is when you are likely to meet this person. And then it will likely be a slow burn situation where they admire you for a while and they find out as much information about you as they can before they make a move. Okay. Mhm. Okay, let's see. What are they going to love about you? What is your future husband going to love about you? He feels that you complement him perfectly. He feels like you are his perfect match, and he recognizes your skill and your capability, your intelligence, and your work. So he is aware of your work in some way, and this could be your career work, or this could be some other form of work. For instance, you could be doing community theater. You could have a hobby where you're creating art and he's seen your art or is aware of your art. Okay. Or it may be that oh my goodness, your paths cross in some way in the course of your day-to-day work. So it's something like that, but he has seen something that you work on and he admires your talent. He also admires the way that you work well with other people because he's someone who values collaboration and teamwork. He also likes how you are well respected in your community. If he's seen you with children, he likes how you act with children. Some of you could be a teacher. That's not for everybody, but he likes how you act with children and he develops a crush on you. He loves that you hold yourself with majesty and dignity. And see, here's the wolf with the red cloak. That's Red Riding Hood as as the grandma, right? That's Red Riding Hood as her grandma self, as her crone self. So he sees that you have mastered your baser instincts, that you have made peace with every part of yourself, and that you live in alignment with integrity. Okay, so you act in ways that you are proud of, you make decisions based on your values, and you're very gentle, but also there's something noble or something dignified about you. He may feel that if he thinks that you may be attracted to him, then he appreciates how you have held back and that you've not in any way, you've not acted like aggressive or forward in any way. He becomes worried about losing you. Like he becomes worried about how he would feel if he lost this opportunity with you or lost the opportunity to be with you. Hmm. He's watched or he will watch as you go through some sort of terrible ending or transition. So this is someone who will know you for a while before you start dating. This is wild. He's seen you go through some sort of total ending, and you've come back absolutely thriving and completely stable. And he's seen you have this gorgeous glow up. Yeah, he really does think that you are magic and that you are absolutely gorgeous. Hmm. That's interesting. I don't know if I asked what do you love about them or what do they love about you, but I went straight into what does your future husband love about you? And I don't remember if I asked this or not, but I want to do now, what do you love about him? Okay. So that's what he loves about you. Let's find out, what do you love about him? What are you going to love about him? Oh. So you think that you find him to be very attractive and sexy, but also he makes you feel sexy, or you feel beautiful when you are around him. You also feel like you blossom or bloom when you're around him. You feel like you can be your best self around him. You feel very supported, admired, and seen, and it makes you feel beautiful, radiant, and confident. This is funny. You like that he's a bit of a worrier. You see that he's perhaps overly conscientious about not doing the wrong thing, or he's very, very concerned about how his um decisions or actions may impact others. And once again, both of you are very cognizant of expectations on you. And I think also he's an overthinker. And for some reason, you really like that. You think that's really cute and sexy. That's so funny. It's possible that you've had interactions with very careless, thoughtless, maybe even kind of stupid men in the past or partners, and you really, really like how thoughtful he is and how conscientious he is, even if that causes him to err on the side of being overly worried or overthinking. You just think it's really cute. Okay. You also really admire him. This person, your future husband, is an inspiration to you. You feel like he could be healing to you, but you also have sort of like looked to his energy to inspire you as you take steps forward because you've been through something, some sort of great transition where you had to sort of rebuild either your whole life or maybe you had to rebuild your career or because it was the Ten of Swords to the Ten of Pentacles. So there was some sort of complete, profound ending of something. So a household situation changed or a work situation changed, okay? And through this huge change, confirmation, you you saw his energy as like a guiding light. You like how stable he is. Stable and responsible, and also you like that he respects you. You really feel seen by him. You really do. You feel seen by him in ways that you have never felt seen before. And you also feel like you see him and you like what you see. You really do see him as the best. You really admire him a lot. You like how slowly he moves. You like that he's very responsible and very deliberate. You respect that a lot. You feel respected and you feel safe. Safe, respected, and understood. You like how intelligent he is. You like that he does what he says he'll do. Yes, he's a man of his word. You like how studious he is. Studious and hardworking, again, even to the point of possibly overthinking, overexerting himself. He's a little unbalanced when it comes to his work and his interaction with the community. And you find that very endearing. So there's this side of him that you find to be very endearing because maybe he works a little too hard or he studies a little bit too hard. He thinks about things a little bit too much. He's a little bit too concerned about how his actions or decisions will impact other people. He's very concerned about consequences and how things will unfold in the future. He's very, very thoughtful, very conscientious. You like that. You think that's cute, but you also really, really admire him. I heard your mind is like a prism for God's light to shine through. Okay, that's lyrics from a song called is it called I Decided? I think it's by Solange Knowles. I don't know how to say her name, so I apologize. I think it's Solange Knowles. That's Beyonce Knowles' sister, but she has a song called, is it called I Decided? I think it's called I Decided. But anyway, in that song, there's a line that says, his mind is like a prism for God's light to shine through. Yes, you really, really admire the way that he thinks about things. You also think he's really fun. You have a lot of fun when you're around him. You like his sense of humor. You like how honest he is. Actually, oh my goodness, this, okay, he has something to do with, well, maybe, yeah. He may have something to do with the clarity that has come into your life. Do you remember when we were doing the energy check-in and I said that you've had clarity, some sort of clarity and honesty has come into your life and been a part of like changing your life? Yes, this is that same energy. This is of the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. Clarity and honesty coming, breaking into your life and kind of breaking it wide open. So this is someone who you see this person as very, very honest. Yes, and you see this as you see him as someone who, mm, if you were together, you could build something that would last forever and you guys could have everything together. Yes, just like the cranes. So you recognize that about him, that you two could have everything together because he's, you feel like he's pretty balanced. even though he may be a bit of an overthinker, or sometimes he moves very slowly and deliberately, but you really like that about him. And that makes you feel really comfortable, and you feel like together you could really build something. You may be coming through in, okay. So you may be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Capricorn, or Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Yes. I know that's a lot of signs. That's what I'm getting. And or you may have some of those placements, okay? If that's not your sun sign. You sense that you could have a new beginning with this person, or even if you don't, it's like this person's energy has changed you. So even before you get into a relationship with this person, you feel like you will never be the same for having known them. Wow. Let's see. So, what is the oh no, this one. Okay. Excuse me. What is the challenge between the two of you? Ooh, not necessarily between the two of you. What is the challenge? So every fairy tale and every love story, there's a challenge. So let's see. What is the challenge in your love story? There's some distance. So it's possible that you don't see this person very often. They could live at a distance, or your paths just don't cross very often. There's also something against which you need to defend yourself. So let's to get some more. Oops. Yes. Tell me about that, please. Thank you. It's possible that you need to defend yourself from somebody in a position of authority. There's something, though, about friends. Tell me about you need to defend yourself. They say you will successfully overcome the problem. Yes, this person is definitely at a distance. Okay. This person is a friend. So your future husband is going to be a friend for a while before you start dating this person. Someone will warn you of a problem. There's something about friends, 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 friends. Okay. Are the friends the problem? Okay, I need to get some other cards. So something against which you need to defend yourself, and there's something about friends. Tell me about them, Brenda. We're going to go back to this deck. What's the challenge? And against what do you need to defend yourself? Death. If you get together with this person, it represents a complete ending of something else. Yes, it will start a new chapter in your life. You might have to move. That might be why people are against it. I don't know who's against it, but I am suspecting, I believe it's some friends. So let's see. It's possible that you or your future spouse or both of you have other friends who like you or are interested in you. And so if you got together with your future spouse, it would represent that they no longer have a chance with you, and then you will be out of reach. But let's see if that's what it is. Wow, you have almost all major arcana. That's wild. Yeah, I do think that's what it is because Your future spouse is going to take you away, and then other people, like literally take you away. And then other people will not have access to you anymore. They won't be able to see you anymore. It seems that there's other people who have been interested in you who have not acted or have not said anything. So it's possible that you've had some other secret admirer in your energy field who has never revealed themselves. You have more than one secret admirer. Yeah. And so if you get together with your future spouse, which you will, of course, there will be people who are feeling jealous. Your future spouse probably has admirers too, I'm sure of it. It's also possible that yeah. Hmm. Yeah, you guys are surrounded by some jealous people. It's also people who are not wanting to be with you or your future spouse, but they're just jealous. And I don't think that most people around you, I don't think that represents most people around you. Just a few. But is that it? Is that what the challenge is? Am I missing anything? What is the challenge? Wow. Okay, there's some other smaller challenges here, which I'm going to read. One of the challenges is this is not a great challenge. One of the challenges is being completely honest with each other. One of the challenges is seeing things from a new perspective. These are not difficult challenges for you guys, just little hiccups, barely an inconvenience. Um, having to say goodbye to certain people, having to move. There will be some kind of move involved, but I believe you will probably move, some kind of move. And something will end. Okay. Yeah, overthinking. So one of the challenges has been overthinking, but I don't think it's such a big challenge because it's just the way that you both are. You both do tend to think about things a great deal before you make such a big decision. You've both deliberated about it a lot. Then there will be the challenge of trying to figure out your new life, and something will end. That ending will be probably moving your home or moving your job or something like that. You also may have to end a couple of friendships. That's possible. Once you are married to your future husband, the primary challenge is your stubbornness. Both of you can be quite stubborn. And in a way, this is also a strength because you two will be very loyal to each other and you will be very stubborn in your dedication to each other, which is lovely. But you do need to be mindful not to be so stubborn in all things with each other. But again, it will not be a very great challenge because both of you are alchemists. And both of you are proactive problem solvers who think about things carefully, and you're good at coming up with solutions, and you're very dedicated to each other. That's really beautiful. Pile one, your story is about stepping into the next phase of your life where you are Red Riding Hood and you are the wolf and you are grandma. You are Red Riding Hood, the courage and the adventure and the excitement for the next step of your life and brimming with energy and enthusiasm. And you are the wolf who is who has animal instincts, who knows what they want and knows how to get it. And you are the grandmother who is also conscious of how your choices impact your family and community and your values. Yes, okay. Interesting. You will have a very beautiful, I heard elegant. You'll have a very beautiful and graceful marriage. You two will be totally loyal to each other and dedicated to each other. You will love each other so much. Your love for each other and your joy in each other will never wane. And pile one, that is your love story with your future husband. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I love it when you like the video, and if you comment, I'll try to respond to you, okay? And I hope to see you in a future reading, okay? All right, you have a great day. All right, I'm just going to clear this, and I will get ready for pile two. Okay, I had just realized that my microphone pulled out. So, and I put it back in. Ouch. And then I rolled over my toe. So anyway, hopefully the sound was okay. I'll have to go back and check that. All right. Interesting. We'll just cleanse the space again in between the readings. There we go. Mhm. Mm. Pile two, welcome to your reading. If you chose the Midnight Clock card from the Cinderella fairy tale, your animal is the Deer card, which is associated with power. And we're going to read about that or talk about that. And then we'll get into these. This is for your future husband, okay? But first, there's an element of timing with your love story. Your love story may move pretty quickly, so I don't know. We'll see. There's something about timing though, so we're going to tap into that. You may have a special connection with the moon. You could be, you could have some sort of Cancer placement, Cancer sun, moon, or rising. Um, the goddess Artemis, goddess of the moon, was famous for being a single goddess woman who didn't want to have anything to do with men. And she was a hunter, and she had a special relationship with deer specifically, and with the animals and with the forest. But when a hunter accidentally saw her, she turned him into a deer in this myth. And I think, there's definitely multiple myths about hunters falling in love with Artemis when they come across her. And I think there may have been one hunter that she did fall in love with. Interesting. So there might be something about that that's relevant. So we're going to be tapping into these energies. I didn't choose these cards. I mean, I chose them intuitively, like I shuffled these cards out. So these are the cards that were chosen for you, pile two. And then your future spouse may look something like this, may have some sort of leadership position, and may work in security, or they're just a very protective kind of person. They're very sort of authoritative. Okay, so we're going to dig into that somewhat. But first, let's talk about your crystal. Pile two, your crystal is pink calcite. Pink calcite encourages new love. Okay, for those of you who want to um, find something new and move away from the connections of the past that may have been karmic, okay? And pink calcite resonates with peace, compassion for yourself, and compassion for others, and it activates and heals the heart center. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to see an energy check-in for you. This is an energy check-in for you just to make sure that you're at the right pile and that this is resonating for you. Okay. You're in the process of working something out. You also could have an earth sign. You could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Wow, you had a lot of cards fall out. Okay. Okay, you've been in the process of trying to figure something out. You have been working on your stability, especially your career, your savings, saving money, paying off debt, or maybe trying to find a house or saving up for a house, or mostly probably focusing on your career and your income, okay? That's Queen of Pentacles. You likely have, okay, you either have children or you have people who rely on you. So you either could be a mother, or you could be like a boss, or you could be a teacher. Do you have people who rely on you? You may already have a boyfriend or fiance. You may actually already be in a relationship watching this reading. It's okay if you're not. I'm just seeing that you very well may be dating someone already, and you're making changes in your life. You're shifting some things in your life, some of the material things in your life to do with your career or your house. So you may have moved, you may have started a new job, or there's changes at your home or at your job. You could be decluttering, rearranging, reorganizing, remodeling, um, or something. Yes, you're either dating or you probably will be dating soon. And for this pile, I believe you will be marrying soon, probably, or either marrying or even having a baby soon, potentially. That depends on what your goals are and what you want. You are in the talking stages with someone already. Someone may have surprised you with a confession of their feelings, or they sort of came rushing in some sense. So it was either a surprise, like, okay, they either rushed into your life and that was a surprise, or it was a surprise that they just sort of told you how they felt about you. So it was something like that, but it was a very honest, it was a very authentic experience that you had with them. And it gave you a lot of clarity. Like you immediately had clarity about this person. Like you kind of just immediately knew that you wanted to be together with this person. And so here we have the Empress and here we have the Emperor. Ten of Pentacles is the card of sharing a home together. So you could already be in the process of moving in with somebody, or you're thinking about that and getting ready for that. King of Cups represents, it's like sort of like the husband card. So Two of Wands is decision. Knight of Swords is immediate and total truth and honesty that holds nothing back. I mean, yeah. Pile two, I would say if you are not dating someone or you have not met someone yet, and I think that you already have, then you will very, very, very soon. You're going to be in a relationship and probably married very soon. And that might be what this timing card is referring to, that things may happen relatively fast. But we're going to circle back to that because this is just an energy check-in. But if you feel like you've been trying to work things out and make some changes and you've been really focused on your stability and you already have somebody in mind, probably, or you've just met somebody or somebody has just recently confessed their feelings to you, yeah, then okay, that would be your energy check-in. All right. Now I'm going to ask, what is magic about you? What is your magic? Pile two. And that's before we get into your future husband. We're going to pull a card from the Magical Botanical Oracle. What is magic about you, pile two? Belladonna. Wow. So immediately, Belladonna is a card, is an herb which is associated as poisonous, for one thing. Belladonna, let's see. We'll look it up real quick. Oh, it's number two. Belladonna means beautiful lady, and its English name is deadly nightshade. It is considered a baneful plant. That means it's very dangerous and used for curses potentially, or you know, nefarious purposes. It can also be used in fascination magic and charm magic, okay? It is named for the third of the fate goddesses, Atropos, who cuts the line of life. Interesting. That's what I thought it said. Atropa belladonna. Atropa belladonna. Interesting. It is also associated with astral travel and spirit flight, as well as communication with spiritual entities. She helps to break the cords and lines of energy that link us to harmful people and places. And she severs the connection, which helps restore life force and vitality back to the person who is being drained. So that's soul retrieval. That's drawing your own personal power back to yourself. This is particularly for cases where there was a close personal or sexual relationship. Belladonna can break the spell of a toxic person in our lives who might have been preventing us from seeing their harmful ways. With the spell broken, we can cut the cord and move on. In the spirit world, Belladonna is thought to open the sideways gates to the worlds between, not the world above or the world below, to help us experience other spiritual creatures right alongside us, such as the fairy and elemental beings. It is thought to help us project our psychic self into their realm or simply give us enough spiritual light to see and commune with them. So some of these are some of the magic that you carry yourself. You may have a special connection with the Fae, or there may be something rather fairy-like about you. You may have a special ability to help people see the truth in a toxic relationship. You might be a therapist or a counselor, or you might just be that person who your friends turn to for advice about relationships. You yourself may have come out of some very toxic relationship, or perhaps more than one, and you carry that wisdom with you. You also may have a connection with the fate goddesses, and we also said, of course, a moon goddess, so that could be a special connection that you have. Okay. Now let's talk more about your future husband. What else can we get here? Let's see. This one. Okay. All right. Tell me more about pile two's future husband, please. This is a very peaceful and harmonious person. Okay. Once again, the scissors are associated with Atropos, the fate goddess. Your future husband could have a March birthday, or March could be significant in some other way. He also could have a May birthday. One of you could be born in March and the other in May. That came through in one of my last readings. Your future spouse also might be a Libra. Your future spouse is successful, and having children would probably be something that he would want to do. He may have children already. He's very passionate, and also you both probably have had experiences, similar or mirrored experiences with toxic relationships in the past, or a toxic relationship in the past, not with each other. Yeah, he's very harmonious and balanced. He lives a balanced life. You may have met him, or you may meet him in March or May. Tell me about pile two's future husband. Thank you. He's a hard worker and he's well respected in his work. There's the moon again. One of you could be a Cancer. You could be a Cancer, or he could be a Cancer. He's very loving. He has very, very deep emotions. This is a very, very emotional man. Yes. And hardworking. He has very deep feelings and he throws himself into his work and focuses on work. He's proud of his work. and well respected for it. He also takes pride in everything that he does. When he first meets you, he's likely to keep his feelings to himself. Yes, this is someone who has been through a severe breakup or a divorce in the past, but he's very deep. He has deeply felt feelings. He deeply felt feelings. I mean, he's kind, he's kind of intense but he's very loving, and I don't know that you would know that about him right away though. Like I don't know that people notice that about him right away necessarily. He definitely could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. This could be Pisces. This could also be Taurus. I'm not getting Aries or Gemini so much, not so much. Also, I said Libra. Could be. This is someone who would hold back no matter how deeply they felt until they felt quite confident that they could trust a situation, that it was the right situation, because they have a fear of losing stability because of like how emotional, like how emotional they are. They're trying to protect themselves from emotional instability. They don't want to be in a situation unless they think it will last forever. This is a man who specifically would want like a soulmate. That's what I mean when I say he's really deep. He wants a wife and a soulmate. That's sign of Cancer, so that's Cancer again. So he's probably a Cancer. Or you might be a Cancer, actually. We have Cancer and Pisces and Scorpio, Scorpio. So actually, yeah, I don't know. I'm getting all of those, you guys. I'm getting Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, okay? Once he feels emotionally confident, like once he feels confident that a situation is going to be stable and reciprocated and that it's the right situation, then he would take charge of his situation and move it forward proactively. He definitely is like a strong masculine leader. In the past, he may have been overthinking or unsure of what to do. It's because he's so emotional or he feels things so deeply. Clarify. Yes, he would hide his feelings at first. That's what I was getting. He might not act until is some sort of change, even possibly if some other man comes into the picture. If he feels like there's some sort of other competition or something, then he is going to act immediately. Like that's what his personality is like, very goal oriented. But he would potentially be hiding his feelings or overthinking and just sort of like oh yeah, overthinking and hiding his feelings and going through his emotional process, which might be a bit of a loop until something disrupts it, some sort of new situation comes in and it's in the form of other people. If he thinks that somebody else is interested in you or that you're interested in, well, if he thought you were interested in somebody else, he would not be interested. But if he thinks that you are giving your attention to somebody else, then he would act. But yeah, he actually might wait a long time. Okay, so here's the timing thing, is that this is another situation where it might seem like you might think that he's not interested and he's not doing anything. Oh, until he is. And then, yeah, he's got secrets. He's keeping secrets, even though he has a crush on you. He has a secret crush on you. Okay. And this is the star card, which is traditionally associated with Aquarius, but in this deck, they show two fish, and the two fish are a sign of Pisces. So this card is associated with Aquarius and Pisces. Yeah, he likes his independence and he prefers to stay single. So he keeps his feelings hidden, but secretly he wants a soulmate. Secretly, he wants to have a soulmate relationship and a wife. He just doesn't want to act until he's certain that he's really met his soulmate. He may not use those words, but he's looking for like his perfect match. He's probably kind of idealistic. Yes, actually, I'm getting he's very idealistic. Okay. He's also he's well educated, but he has very intense emotions. He will be very loving once you are in a relationship with him. And I had said before, you've either met him already, and so I had said that you've already met him already and you might be in a relationship with him, but I think that you've already met him already and you might be dating him or you might just be in the talking phase, but he's not showing his feelings. That's probably where you're at now or will be very soon. Okay, what do you love about your future husband, or what will you love about your future husband? Let's do it that way. Oh, he's very wise, yes. The champion, aw, he's very successful. He's also very supportive. He's very supportive and very successful. And he's protective, but he's also intelligent and wise. He makes good decisions. Yes, you really admire him. Okay. He's very honest, but he's also fun and interesting. He's gallant and romantic, but he's fun and you like his sense of humor. And he's very honest and he's very intelligent. He might be very opinionated. Okay. All right. What does he love about you, or what will he love about you? What will your future husband love about you? That's too many. What will your future husband love about you? What will your future husband love about you? Thank you. Your spirituality and your perspective, your worldview, the way you see the world and the way you see life. Plus, you're very loving. You have such a big heart. Yeah, you're very loving. You're also, um, I don't know, you have like this can-do attitude, like you he thinks you can do anything that you set your mind to. That's like the attitude that you have, that you're very goal-oriented and you're very capable. And whatever you want to do, you'll figure out a way to do it and make it happen. So he really admires that about you. But the most beautiful thing that he loves about you is how big of a heart you have. And you have a sort of wisdom to you too. Yes, he knows that you've had sorrow in your family. You've had sorrow in your past. He may even sense that you have darkness and sadness in your past that you don't talk about, that you haven't told anyone. Now, somebody in your family may have died, or you just had a very, very sad situation like that in your past. And he sees that you haven't allowed it to harden you. You're still very soft and sweet and capable. You don't have a victim mentality. You decide what you want to do and then you go do it. He does feel like you've been in sort of one bad situation after another, and it kind of makes him feel extra protective of you. But he also sees that you have built a solid foundation and that you've put in a lot of effort to be successful. And so he really admires that about you. He sees how far you've come and that you have a sweet, soft heart, and that you also have sort of a deep wisdom that's come from being through a lot of things. And he suspects that there's probably more that you haven't told him or, that you don't talk about. So he's a very deep person, and he also loves the depth that you have to you, and there's something mysterious about you too. He doesn't feel like he knows everything about you. He sees that you were going through a very, very stressful time and that you just completely broke out of it, like you broke free. He may admire something about your career. Again, you may be a therapist. I'm getting that very strongly that you may be a counselor or a therapist. You could be a social worker. You could be a teacher. You could work with children. You could be a child advocate. It's something like that. Oh, or you could be a mother, I suppose. But there's something about the way that you show up in the world that's very motherly, that's very mothering, very nurturing. It's like you don't want anybody else to go through what you have been through, and you work hard. Yeah, and he just loves that about you. He thinks you're strong and courageous and soft and sweet all at the same time. So that's what he loves about you. That's really sweet. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I want to get into more of I'm gonna leave that one out. All right, and what is your love story? Ooh, I'm gonna leave this one out. Yes, okay. All right, what is your love story with your future spouse? We've been getting a lot of it already. So the first time that you became aware of this person, they were sending you a message or giving you information. And this may not have happened yet. So I'm speaking as if like I'm telling a story, but you may not have met this person yet. But I believe that how to, I believe you already probably have. When you meet this person, you're not looking for anything. You weren't looking for anything, and you may not really notice him right away at first, or if you do, or when you do, it's a surprise. It's unexpected because you were very preoccupied. But his energy is like sunshine. And actually, that's how you guys feel each other. He thinks that you're like sunshine, and you think he's like sunshine. Like you have the most beautiful auras to each other. You think you have the most beautiful energy. I think you fall in love with each other's energy first. You may judge him at first, or you may even be in a position of judging him. You may meet him in some sort of situation where you're making a judgment call. Or, but yeah, but you make a judgment call one way or another. Oh my goodness, yes, you do. You're not looking for anything. You do kind of reject him, or I don't know if it's like a rejection because I don't think he's making an offer. But you know what I mean? Like you're not interested. When you two first meet each other, you think that his energy is like sunshine, but you're focused on something else. And so you're not, it's not that you're not interested, but you just make a judgment call and decide that you're just going to keep focusing on your career, your stability, and just enjoy being single. Well, this is terribly romantic so far. Yeah, you're focusing on your career, but the reality is that this connection is continuing to grow. It's actually just growing slowly and steadily. You may have some sort of professional connection with this person, but they're connected in some way either to your yeah, either to your work or to your house or your finances in some way. So you could know this person like from your bank, or you could know this person like um through the purchase of something, or because it's something material. This person is in your life because of some sort of material thing. For most of you, it's probably some sort of work that you do, even if it is, again, like a hobby or a craft or something. Yeah, but it's probably work. That's pentacles again. Pentacles, pentacles, pentacles. Yeah, but this person really catches your attention. It's like you can't look away. Even though you've made a judgment call and you've decided to just focus on yourself, this is that person who you can't stop watching. Yeah, you think that this person is very fun and interesting. You might have a great, like, sort of friendly banter with each other. You enjoy his sense of humor. And then he makes some sort of like gesture, and it could be some sort of little gift or something. Oh my gosh. He may actually ask you out on a date. This is after you guys had known each other for a while. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is probably my pile where it's like you guys are not really interested in each other, even though you are. You love each other's energy, but you are just focusing on your career, on being single, or whatever your projects are that you're working on. And then some time passes, but then you like date a little bit, and then you get engaged right away. And I think this is the pile that gets married really fast. Let me see. Because this is literally a ring in this deck. The Ace of Boons, which is the Ace of Pentacles, is literally a ring in this deck. Okay, let me see. And this is like sneaking. I mean, neither one of you is in a different relationship, so I don't mean that kind of sneaking. I need the camera to focus. Hmm. Okay. All right, sorry about that. What do we have here? Wow, he whisks you away. Oh my gosh. Gotta be kidding me. Wow. Oh my gosh. So wait, is this okay? Okay, tell me about the sneaking and the whisking away. What is this? Yeah, it's a secret. Why do you guys have a secret relationship? You're single. Why is it secret? It might be something about work, but this is something about cutting something out of your life or ending something. No. No, this is about competition. And this is about duty. Yeah, competition and duty. Competition and duty. Competition and duty. Hmm. Sneaking. He takes you away. He wants to have you all to himself. What is this about work, though? What is that about work? Clarify. Clarify. Thank you. Yeah, he kind of decides to just go for it. So Ace of Boons, Ace of Challenges. I think he just like blurts out some sort of proposal. Is it a literal proposal or what? Or some other kind of like some other kind of offer? And what is this about work? Clarify. Oh, yeah, there's something about your community and potentially there's something about other people. Yeah, he's worried about other people. He's worried that somebody else is going to trick you or get to you or something. So he's got like a bit of he's got a bit of there's definitely something scorpionic here, but that's also sort of like Cancer vibes too. Yes. Once he's made up his mind, he decides immediately and he wants to like whisk you away and have you all to himself. And he's specifically worried about other people. He may think that there is somebody dangerous or deceitful or somebody who has some sort of ulterior motives specifically who would try to get to you. So he might be concerned about somebody else specifically. You may have two people who are interested in you potentially, or he thinks that you do. And I think, I don't know if you guys will get married right away, but I'll tell you what, he would ask you to marry him, and then he would literally move you away from wherever you are. That's what I'm seeing in this particular reading. And then there's also something about work. So it's possible that there is a project that he would want your help on, or he wants to like build a business together or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what that is. He's also willing to put the work in. Yeah, he doesn't care how much work it is. Once he's decided, he's decided. But he also might think that there's somebody else at your work who is interested in you. That's a possibility. He might think that he might be concerned that you have such a strong sense of like responsibility and duty that you take on situations that you don't need to be taking on. And he's afraid that other people might be trying to take advantage of you. Yeah, he's very protective. But pile two, make sure that you hold your own and, like, don't let somebody swoop in and take control of your whole life. I mean, yeah, that's just my suggestion. Yeah, he wants a complete new beginning with you. Yeah, he's 100% jealous. He's 100% jealous that somebody else is interested in you and that even though he knows that you're in love with him, he's still worried that somebody else might trick you or take advantage of you or get to you somehow. Okay. Hmm. How will he fall in love with you? And yes, yes. Well, he really admires you. He has a crush on you. He has a secret crush on you, or he's hiding his feelings. He also really admires your wisdom, and there's something sort of mysterious about you. Yes, we've been over all of that before, though. I need new energy. How does he really fall in love with you and decide to take such a big leap? There's some sort of new project, or it could be a class that you're doing together. Like you could be in a class together, or it's a project that you're doing, maybe not together, but he sees you working on something, or he sees you studying. He either sees you studying or working. Yes, and it's sure at first he's not certain. He's like kind of stuck in ambivalence. And then what is this? What changes? Something shows him that you two are perfectly well matched. It is something about work or school or something like that. Like he sees the way that you manage your life, or he sees the way that you manage things in your life, and he realizes, I heard she does the same weird things I do, or she does that same thing that I do. It's funny because he was afraid of other people coming into your life with that devil energy, but he's coming into your life with that devil energy. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's does not have nefarious motives. He does not have a negative agenda. This is just that intensity of passion, which can potentially become unbalanced, but we did see before that he's balanced, so that's good. Yes, and he's very loving. I guess he just completely falls in love with you. And it's because of something that he's seeing. It's some way that he sees you managing something at work or something at school. That's what it is. And then he sees you kind of struggling with something and he wants to help you. He sees that you're very capable, but that you are dealing with a lot and he wants to help you with it. Again, it's either like at college or with some sort of course of study, or it's with some sort of work project or business project. It's something like that. Or it could be a passion project too, that you're putting a lot of work into. He falls in love because he notices that you are wise and capable and that you keep to yourself. And he recognizes that you match him in that way. And he recognizes that you two would work very well together and that, I don't know, it's not super romantic, but 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 that's what it is, and it causes a lot of feelings for him. Okay, what do you need to know about why you're being brought together with your future spouse? To do work together? Yes, you two are actually meant to work on some sort of passion project together, or to, you guys have some sort of shared interest, cause, or passion which you are meant to work on together. I mean, it could even be something like raising a family together. I don't even know, but it's some it's because of this shared passion that you have that you two together will take on a great responsibility together, and it will be very meaningful to both of you. So that is why. Yes, it's work. Wow. How to you really are meant to work together with your future spouse. Together, you two are brilliant and you will have new, revolutionary, and innovative ideas, or just one extremely important innovation that you will come up with together. You two make each other better, sharper, keener, smarter, clearer. You inspire each other and you also help each other cut away anything unnecessary, unhelpful, or extraneous. You help make each other smarter and more focused. You also will build or sort of magnetize towards yourself a community around you or a network of friends and family around you. Okay. Okay, is there anything else that pile two needs to know? Is there anything else? Okay, there is a message about the timing. So if it seems right now like nothing is happening or things are moving very slow, just trust the timing because things may change pretty suddenly or pretty quickly when it's time. Yes, they're saying to just surrender to it because things are going to get better. That's what they're saying. Things are getting better and you are being protected, guided, and watched over. Also, your future spouse feels very protective of you. That keeps coming through. They want to protect and guide you. Your future spouse, your future husband wants to protect and guide you. But if, okay, I think most of you have already met this person, and if things are moving very slowly, it's because they have not yet, um, yeah, they don't know yet. They haven't, they're adjusting their perspective. That's what it is. They're still in the process, they're processing it. They're still processing their feelings for you. So the whole situation is still in the process of unfolding. Because the magnitude of your energy and your energy together and the impact of it, it's a lot. Yes, so it's a slow moving energy and you just need to give it time. That's what they're telling you. Just give it time. It won't always be so slow moving. That's what they're saying. Okay, and pile two, that is your message. I hope that was helpful to you. If you enjoyed this message, can you give it a like and just be nice, but let me know, give me feedback in the comments and let me know how I did. Did I pick up on your energy? I love hearing from you guys. I'll see you guys in a future reading, okay? Bye. Okay, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get ready for pile three. Gosh, I hope my sound wasn't messed up during pile one. It might have been. Where did I put this? Um, hmm. Pile three, welcome to your reading. If you chose the Snow White card, white as snow, this is like the death card in this oracle deck. It says transition, and the snow represents the stillness and frozenness of winter when everything has come to a quiet halt of growth before new life begins in the spring. So this is the moment of death before rebirth of spring. Okay, so that's the death card. Some things must end so that new things can begin. And your animal card, pile three, is the owl associated with wisdom, and the goddess of wisdom, Athena, may be important to you. And your future husband could look something like one of these guys. Your future husband could be a bartender, work in the restaurant industry in some way, could be very charming, very articulate, could be kind of a partier. Your future husband could also be a boss, an entrepreneur, an investor, a manager, or a leader in some kind of way. Your crystal is prehnite. Prehnite or prehnite is called the stone of dreaming. It promotes intuition, precognition. It links the heart chakra to the solar plexus chakra. It is said to clear heavy emotions like grief, anger, and exhaustion. It is said to be the stone that heals the healer. Beautiful. It's very soothing energy. And let's see how our candle is doing. I'm just gonna get a little bit more Palo Santo. There we go, for your pile. I did clean and cleanse and clear the space, as I always do. Okay, let's do an energy check-in for you first. Pile three. Let's find out about you. You may be wealthy, or you may be working with real estate or finances. You are working on your own financial situation, and you are very stable and secure at the time that you meet your future spouse. You may own your own home, or you may own your own business, or something like that. You may have just moved. You may like to travel a lot. You may meet your future spouse when you're traveling. You may have some sort of job. This is you, not your future spouse. You may have some sort of job as like a lawyer, or um something where you're like something where you have to argue for a living or make arguments for a living. You also could be like a journalist, or you could get paid for your opinions. You could be like a consultant or an advisor. You may have recently just started a new hobby, such as a dance class, or some sort of, yeah, some sort of sport. You may have just joined a sports team. Or something with art. You may have just taken up an art hobby. When you first meet your future spouse, you will not recognize him right away. You will not. You also could be an Aquarius. You could be an Aquarius or a Gemini or a Libra. You probably meet your future spouse online or again when traveling through an organization or through a network, but could be very much online. And your future spouse would send you a message. If you meet them in person, they may ask for your business card and give you, like, send you a message later because you either meet them online or you meet them when you're traveling. But you definitely don't realize that that's your future husband. Yeah, because you leave it behind. This actually could even be somebody who you broke up with, but it's also possible that you were just coming out of a breakup. I think you were probably just coming out of a breakup, and so you weren't looking for anything, and you're focusing on your life, on other things in your life. But you may have started watching this person after, or I don't know if you've met this person or not yet, because people who are watching this are at different points in the timeline. But after you meet this person, you are sort of watching them and trying to find out information about them, but also just kind of hoping that you'll run into them again. Okay, let's tap into you a little bit more though before we tap into your future spouse. What is magic about you, pile three? What is magic about you? Tell me what is magic about pile three? To roll up my sleeves. Okay. You may be very hardworking and not afraid to get down to business, pile three. You're a very happy person. You feel that your life has been relatively lucky, even though you haven't been lucky in every chapter of your life because you've had sadness and you've had things that ended. But nevertheless, you always choose to face life, um, just choosing to believe that you're lucky, that you're blessed. And you're just generally a happy and optimistic person. You're also a sweet person. You're a bit shy. Aw, that's so cute. You're a bit shy and you're a bit guarded, but you're also very protective. You have a soft spot for underdogs, and you're very nurturing. You might have felt misunderstood at different times in your life, but you really just want to make sure that everybody's okay. You're very responsible and dutiful. Yeah, you just want to take care of people. You love your friends and family, and you're very loyal to yeah, to your friends and family. I think you're very home oriented. What is pile three's magic? What is magic about pile three? You're willing to sacrifice anything for your friends and family. You're very giving. You're very selfless. But you're also a dreamer. Yeah, you're a bit of a daydreamer. But I think that that's how you manifest things, and that's what makes you lucky, is because you sort of daydream about things, and then your favorite daydreams come true. Yeah, it's like you try things out in your head, and then if you like it, you experience it in your reality. That's pretty magic. Okay, let's tap into your future husband. Tell me more about pile three's future husband. Thank you. Might actually be somebody who you had a crush on and wished for. Like, even though you might not have been interested in them right away or not realize that you were interested in them right away, you might have, like, it's the kind of person where you don't notice it that much when you meet them, but they just really stick in your head and you can't stop thinking about them. And then at some point, eventually, you realize that you actually have a crush on them. This is someone that you may actually make a wish for, or if it's not the specific person, you definitely made a wish or said a prayer or daydreamed about someone just like this, because this is your dream person come to life. Yeah, your future spouse is wealthy. Yeah, but you do need to beware because you are a daydreamer. Mm. Because you are a daydreamer, you do need to be careful of a situation, that a situation is really what you think it is. Okay. I don't know. That's just a warning. And your future spouse could be born year of the dragon, but I'm going to clear that. You've had experiences with people in the past who are very controlling and reminding you that you are um somebody who's willing to sacrifice anything for the people that you love. And so there will be people who use that against you. That's why they're telling you to be very careful that with who you're dealing with, like be very careful that it really is your future husband, okay? Because there will be people who will just try to use you and manipulate you. But there is somebody either in your life or coming into your life who is a wish come true. This is yes, position of authority, plenty of material things. This is someone who definitely has some sort of position of authority. They have some sort of leadership position, and they are well-to-do. But that doesn't mean that the first person who you meet who is in a position of authority and wealthy is your future husband, okay? So be mindful. This is someone who has been through deep personal struggles and they have a great strength of character and they have a very peaceful personality. And that is part of why they are so successful. Yes, wealthy. Aw, this person will romance you. You are being reminded to continue to pay attention to your work even when you are falling in love, okay? Don't let yourself be completely distracted. You may fall in love in October. This person also could be a Libra or what's the other one? Is it Scorpio? Yes, they could be a Libra or a Scorpio, your future spouse. This person, your future spouse, may have come out of a long-term relationship that they were in it for a long time trying to make it work because they're somebody who puts a lot of hard work into things, but it was a very unfair situation. Yes. So it's completely over now. So if you're dealing with somebody who is not completely single, that is not your future husband, okay? If you're dealing with someone who is controlling, that is not your future husband, okay? What are you going to love about your future husband? You love how possessive they are and protective and possessive. Yes. They want you to be they want you to be theirs and only theirs, and you really like that. You also like that you feel very secure in your relationship with your future husband. They never make you feel insecure about where you stand with them. Yes, they're very honest, open, and transparent with you. Yes, you never have to wonder how they feel about you. And if you ever feel confused or uncertain, they would illuminate things immediately for you. They're a very good communicator, but they may communicate more through vibes and material things as opposed to words so much. And what I mean by that is like a hug. Like instead of saying so many words, they would give you such a most wonderful hug that you would feel completely cured of any doubts. But it's not just hugs, it's whatever you need to feel secure. This person is completely open with you and they create an environment in which you two can feel free to be authentic with each other and completely open with each other and share everything. And you feel very safe and warm in this relationship. And also, you have a lot of fun. Yes, there's no jealousy and you never feel neglected, left out in the cold. You never feel deprioritized. You never have to worry if there's somebody else that they like more. Like literally, they never even look at anybody else in front of you at all. Like this person makes you feel so secure and they're all about you. That's what you love about your future spouse. They're so loyal and warm. They also have a very strong, warm, sort of golden, sort of masculine energy. They're just a lovely person that people love to have around. But they always make you feel like you are the most important person in the world to them when you are around them. And when you're not. You love how smart and intelligent your future spouse is, and you love how they manage their life and make great decisions, and you just love their mind. Yes, you love how honest they are, and also if they're opinionated, you kind of love that about them. You love the way they think about things. You love how they can be flexible in a sense, like they'll switch up whatever they need to switch up, if it's necessary. Yeah, this is somebody who can be very flexible and see a lot of different um potentials and a lot of different potential solutions and see things from a lot of different angles and is willing to make changes if that is what is called for. So you really trust your future spouse because you really trust the way that they think about things and the decisions that they make and know that they have your best interest in mind. Even if you have an argument with them, it's like they're still willing to see your side of it and they're still willing to make some oh my gosh, what is the word I'm looking for? They're willing to say, yes, I think that you have a good point about that or something. They're very reasonable. Yes, and they're really, really good at managing their finances. If they have a business, managing their business. It's like they're wealthy, but it's you don't just admire them because they're wealthy, you admire them because of how they manage their whole life. And because of how they manage things, a lot of people rely on them. For instance, if they have a business and they have potentially employees, then they're making all of those people's lives better because of the decisions that they make and the way that they manage things. So you really admire them for that. And this person just creates an environment around them and wherever they go that feels very warm and comfortable. Yes, you really admire the way that they work because they're very skilled at their work. So you admire that. And you also, um, depending on what they do, you may enjoy watching them work, but you just feel like they're very skilled and you also appreciate how they're willing to put the work in your personal life too. Hmm. Just a minute. I have to figure this one out. You love how your future spouse has learned and learns from past mistakes and just from experiences as they go through them. And it's part of how they've become prosperous, but they've also become a very healed person. This is someone who's very centered and grounded in themselves. This is someone who may have had some deep loss or deep sadness in their past, or they have some deeply felt sorrow, but they've turned it around into a dedication to their passions and a responsibility for taking care of other people. Just like I said about you, that you don't want other people to go through what you've been through, this person is the same. If they can lift someone else's burdens, that is what they desire to do. And they also want to help support systems that help to lift other people's burdens. So it's not just about what they personally, as an individual, can do to lift someone's burden, but it's about creating or supporting a system which can lift many people's burdens. Yes. So you admire that about your future husband, definitely. Okay, and what do they love about you? Let me use this one. They love that you have a very solid foundation. You're a very practical person. You're very grounded, and they see you as being successful because you've put the work in. They think you're very romantic, and they have a lot of fun with you. They feel like you two have a solid friendship. They love the friendship that you two have. They also think that you're an angel. You could have a June birthday, or you may get married in June. Hmm. Being with you is like a breath of fresh air. It feels like an escape from the rest of their world. Yeah, and they very much feel like you two are in alignment and that you fit into their life. Now, it's possible, but don't take it if it doesn't resonate. Some of you may get together with your future spouse and then break up and then come back together. Okay, I was seeing that. Or there may be a separation. Um, which is sort of like a breakup. You may date this person and then go your separate ways and then come back together again in the future, okay? But only accept that if that resonates. I don't think that's for everyone. They love how mysterious and deep you are and that you keep your emotions to yourself. They feel that you have hidden depths and hidden wisdom. They see that you are not afraid to make difficult decisions or to defend yourself, even at a great cost. Like you are not afraid to, you don't back down from a fight. That's what I'm hearing. You don't back down from a fight. You're not afraid to get hurt or to get kind of scratched up if that's what it takes to fight for what you want. They see you as victorious. Yeah, they see you as kind of a fighter. Like that you wouldn't go looking for a fight, but you're not afraid. You're not afraid of a fight if that's what is necessary. You could be a Pisces because this is Pisces energy. Also Pisces. Actually, yeah, Pisces. Those are the three Pisces signs. So you could be a Pisces or they see you that way. They also they admire how you are with your work. So they admire your skills and how hardworking you are. Yeah, they also think that you're very romantic and sweet. They love the things that you do for them. This is once you're in a relationship. Because again, you guys watching this may be at different points in your timeline. They feel that you are very reliable and dependable, stable and grounded. They feel that they can trust you. They're also proud of you. Yes, they love how honest you are, even to the point of being, you aren't afraid to be cutting if you have to be, although you are usually very sweet. They're very proud that your friends, and when they go out in public, they're very proud. Yes, this person is very possessive. They're very proud that you are theirs. They like to be seen with you in public. They like everyone to know that you are theirs. They also really, really like how honest you are. And it's not just honesty, it's like you just tell it like it is. Yes, they think that you are insightful, like you have a kind of intelligence which is insightful. And yes, but they also love your friendship. It's insightful and what else? Innovative. Yes. Yes, I keep getting the word fresh. You're a breath of fresh air. You have a fresh perspective. They feel like you have breathed fresh life into their life, like fresh energy into their life. Like someone opened a window and the wind is blowing in. Like it's just refreshing. Your energy is refreshing to them, but they're also very proud of you. And they feel like they have a lot of fun with you. They feel like you are a good friend. They like that you guys have that a lot of it's like the depth of your relationship is secret and private, and they really like that. But when you two are in public together, they like that they like to be seen with you and that everybody knows that you two are together. So that's important. But then on the other hand, you have this very deep relationship that nobody knows about. Yeah, so they like that. Okay. I'm gonna clear that one. Every love story has a challenge. So what is the challenge here? Divine timing. The king. Hmm. Mm-mm. Verify. Divine timing. Time to get out of a situation. Muddled, unclear thinking. So someone had to get out of something else. It could have been, somebody had to clear the confusion or the emotional baggage left over from a previous relationship. Okay, and so that so if for those of you who meet this person and then you're kind of dating and then you're kind of not, or maybe you even break up and then you come back together later, this is why. It's because somebody, one of you, probably you, my dear viewer, but potentially him, someone still has some like leftover thinking or energy patterns left over from some karmic relationship. So when that clears out, it clears the way for this connection. Also, with time, people are able to get to know each other better, and that is how real love happens. You can only love someone as much as you actually know them. And sometimes it takes time to get to know somebody. As they watch you manage your life and go through your life, they come to love you. They come to think more and more highly of you, and eventually to love you and then to love you more and more, okay? Until they decide that it's time to act. Yes, and we have the king and crown. Dagger. Okay, those are just warnings. All right. If you want to know them, the warnings were to take care of your health and I don't know, be mindful of tense situations and take care of your health, but we're all taking care of our health, right? Yes, good. Okay. At some point, he will recognize something about you that makes him think very highly of you, and then he will decide that it is time to act, and he will decide to crown you. So he is the king, right? That's his archetype. He is the king, and he will want to crown you as his queen. Okay. He may be a Leo, or he may have Leo placements. Now, what is it that makes him decide that it's time to act? Because it was unclear in the past. The truth of something gives him a different perspective. It may be that you are truthful with him, or it may be that he learns some truth about you. Yes, it is something about seeing you work or something about your work. So he's either watching you work or he's watching you put the work in some sense. It changes how he sees you. It gives him clarity about you. It's surprising to him. He sees you as very intelligent. Now, it's possible that he wasn't looking for anything, and it changes his mind. And part of it too is because he sees that you two have a strong friendship. That's very important to him because he's a very practical man. So he's not going to get married for just for romance. But I think that the romance was already there. But it isn't enough for him to want to act until he sees that not only is there romance, not only is there attraction, but there's also intelligence and friendship and great capability. That means that there's a lot of potential for you two to work on your own goals. That being in a partnership with you would not distract him from his goals. That is very important to him. Hmm. Okay, so this is a message to just trust in the process of your love story because it may be slow moving, but you are going to find your future husband and connect with your future husband through being a good friend, through being an active member of your community, by continuing to trust in the universe as you have been and be graceful in your life and in building your life. Everything is unfolding as it is meant to be. There's also something here about birds of prey because here we have a falcon and here we have a hawk and here we have an owl. And these are all birds of prey. So you may have an air sign somewhere in your chart. If you're not a sun sign, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, that could be your moon sign or rising sign. There's something about you that's very intellectual and intelligent. You are capable of overcoming all obstacles. You also may have a Capricorn placement, or your future husband may have a Capricorn placement. Whatever obstacles exist here between you and your future husband or will in the future, you will overcome all of them. That's what I'm seeing. But also, your future husband will completely fall in love with you and decide to take action towards you because he is seeing your intelligence, your gracefulness, your patience, your ability to overcome obstacles, your work ethic, and like your skill and how. So it's something about your work, literally, is what he's seeing. Okay. Tell me more about that. He also may feel jealous because of how you hold yourself back from him and hold very strong boundaries. He could be testing you a little bit and waiting to see if you will chase him or if you will compromise your values and you don't. He may see that you have many options and he sees that you like him the same way that he likes you, but that you're not chasing him and you're not compromising your values or your boundaries or your integrity or anything like that. And on top of that, he sees that there are many people who are interested in you. Yes. He also wasn't certain right away if you really liked him. I think that he's used to people chasing him just because of his success or because of his position. But he gains clarity when he sees that you're a very grounded, balanced person and that you really like him. This is reciprocated feelings and reciprocated energy, actually, not feelings. This is reciprocated energy, balanced energy, and this is reciprocated feelings, mirrored feelings, reciprocated love, true love. He comes to understand that you have very true love for him, but that nonetheless, you still would hold back because you have so much dignity. And he's very attracted to you, and he wants a new beginning. Then he will ask you out and he will be willing to concede something. He will be willing to change something or make some sort of adjustment. Yes, he will make some sort of adjustment or concession for you, and he will make an overture and he will reach out because he has seen you in a different light and he's very, very attracted to you and admires you. Okay. What does pile three need to know about this? Ooh. What does pile three need to know about this? About this story and this situation? If you have a new opportunity, you should take it. If somebody has a lack of empathy, they're very confrontational, that's not your future spouse, so please avoid that person. You do have many options, pile three. You have many admirers, and you will have more and more admirers come forward. That's why it is very important that you hold back and take your time. Don't rush into a relationship. Your future spouse is an excellent communicator, and they're very confident. Okay, you are also being advised. Okay, wait, I'm sorry. I'm getting multiple things at the same time. I'm gonna clear brawler. Okay, so if you see somebody has a lack of empathy, that's a clear sign they're not the one. Okay. Um, I'm hearing your future spouse actually mirrors you in this way. You both are good communicators, but beyond that, you communicate in the same way. So you two have an excellent communication with each other. It's like you're on the same wavelength, and you may even seem to have like almost a telepathic communication, or you may even have a telepathic communication. So that's what they're saying. Not only that this person, this man, is an excellent communicator and he's very confident, but that he mirrors you in that way. You are both confident and you're both good communicators and you have a similar communication style. Okay, they're also telling you you are a bit of a witch in some way. Maybe you don't call yourself a witch, but there's some sort of witchiness about you. You're a witchy woman in some sort of way. Maybe you literally resonate with being a witch, or maybe you consider yourself a high priestess, or you just consider yourself to be very spiritual in more of a new age kind of a way, or in more of an outside the box kind of a way. And your future spouse will honor and respect this about you and think that it is a really special thing that should be cherished and protected. It will not bother them. So if that bothers somebody that you are witchy, that person is not the one. Your future spouse also mirrors you in the sense that they are humble and teachable and that they are always learning and growing and that they never believe that they have fully arrived, but that they always are interested in learning more. Your future spouse has strong family values and prioritizes family. Your future spouse will not reveal their whole self and all of their character immediately, so you may not know all of these things about them right away. That's why it's important to take your time to get to know people and allow other people to have the time to get to know you. So it's important to take your time in relationships, but also in getting to know people before you get into a relationship with them. Okay. Oh, this is one that we got before. This is the first card that we got before. Your future spouse is definitely somebody who will reach out to you first. They will send you the first communication. If you guys then have a break or some sort of separation or distance, they will reach out to you again. They're the one who will reach out to you. You do not have to reach out to them. They will always take the initiative and make the first move. Then the communication between you two will be very easy. Well, I said then the communication between you will be very easy, but I think not necessarily at the beginning. You two may, you two have to have time to learn each other. That's what I was saying before. In this relationship, in this connection, it takes time for you two to get to know each other. So you have to give it time. You two will come to realize that you, again, you're on the same wavelength with connection, but that doesn't mean that it will be immediate. This person will be interested, your future husband will be interested in learning all about you. They will want to know all about you. They also will want to take care of you. And we had one fall on the floor. When they fall on the floor, that's extra energy and getting our attention. Mhm. Yes, it's possible that if you two have some sort of conflict, or it may not be a conflict, it may be that they regret that something has taken them away from you and they feel that there's nothing to be done for it. So there's some sort of regret in a separation. So it may be that you two have a conflict, but it may be that something else in their life pulls them away from you. I'm definitely seeing that for this pile. But the distance gives them clarity. Yes, because they realize that they don't want to be just in a relationship where they just take care of somebody else. Once they are away from you, they realize that they miss your energy and they would like to be in a relationship with you in which you two are taking care of each other and looking after each other and having an energy exchange between the two of you. Once they are away from you, they may feel that they're always giving to people but keeping people at a distance, and then they feel lonely. Hmm. Yes, and then they want to have you there for them all the time. They want to come home to you. They want to bring you with them. They want the comfort of your arms always there. They want you there in their bed in the morning and in the evening. They want you to belong to them. So if there is some sort of separation or distance, it's good and it's for the best, and definitely be graceful in that, in the way that your story is unfolding. You may be surprised. That's what I'm hearing. Allow yourself to be surprised. You may be surprised, and have faith and focus on your values and what you are building, and looking for that mirrored soul, and um not being distracted by people who may seem to have more to offer immediately, but they actually have less to offer. Okay, so you're holding out for a connection with someone who you will get to know gradually. Yes, and that is going to be your beautiful, beautiful love story, pile 3. I'm so excited for you, okay? Let me know what you thought in the comments if you claim this reading, or, if it's not for you, just be nice about it, okay? And I look forward to seeing you guys in another reading, okay? Take care. Bye.